Night two, Iceland. Let's talk about now. What everyone's talking about is the Clayton Susie leaving, the breakup. You were in the room with Clayton after she left. How was he in that moment?
I think the best way to describe it, Clayton was shattered and he was really lost, I think. I don't think that night ended out anywhere near close to what he had anticipated or what he was hoping for. I know going in how excited he was to tell Susie that he was in love with her.
Hmm.
What happened afterwards, he was not expecting. And I think we all sort of saw on TV what I saw in person. Clayton kind of started spiraling
Hmm.
as he was at the dinner table with Susie, and he started to get emotional. And he walked outside. Obviously, I went and saw him outside because I think Clayton was in a position that he needed to vent and he needed to talk to somebody that wasn't Susie. But he was so emotional, so fired up, and I think he was everything. I think he was confused. He was upset. He was trying to process everything in real time, but he was a mess that night in Iceland for sure.
Well, and his other two dates went so well with the other women, and he was like, all right, let's finish it off. And it just did not go how he planned.
Can you give us an idea of how long that conversation really was between the two of them at dinner table?
With Susie, if I remember, I would say, I think it was at least an hour. This is before she got up. This is before she got up and left. Before she got up and left, and then of course she came outside and got him and brought him back inside again. So I mean, they had a lot of time together to try to hash that out. But I just remember in that moment, nobody really knowing what was going to happen. Obviously I'm there, the producers are there, and we're all sort of watching. No one had an inkling or an idea how that was going to end. We were all hearing Susie's perspective for the first time as well about her feelings about everything, having to wait to be the third one in the fantasy suite dates, and just how she was processing and really struggling that entire week in Reykjavik, trying to process her emotions for Clayton and what she was hoping to get out of it, and what she thought was going to be the end result that night, and trying to express herself in the moment to Clayton, who just was, you could just see his head was spinning. He was having such a hard time, I think, compartmentalizing everything that was happening, because he absolutely never saw that coming.
When she did leave, was there, like, what did you say to him? Was there any advice you could give, or were you kind of like at a loss too? Like, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think my whole approach that night for him was just him needing to talk to somebody. Again, I knew how hopeful he was going into that night and how excited he was. He just seemed so defeated, and was just experiencing the entire spectrum of emotions. So for me, it was trying to get him to talk about it so that he could calm down a little bit, because he was revving up for a while there. And, I was kind of thinking like this is sort of going on a trajectory, because to me, Susie seemed like she was very calm and composed the entire time. I thought she was doing a good job trying to keep it, trying to keep it civil, I think. So, for me with Clayton, it was just getting him to talk, and he was, like I said, he was spiraling. He was in a tough spot.